From artists to musicians to investors, everyone is talking about it. But what exactly are NFTs and how are they used in the very imminent space of decentralized finance? Let's find out in this video. So, what exactly are NFTs? Short for non fungible tokens, NFTs are a specific type of cryptographic tokens that are used to represent ownership of digitally unique or limited commodities such as art, music, or collectibles. But before we go any further, let's first explore the concept and meaning of fungibility. In simple words, fungibility of goods or a commodity is the characteristic that deems two commodities identical in value and thereby interchangeable with each other. For example, fiat money like the rupee is a very good example of something fungible. If Nick has a 50 rupee note, then he can easily replace the same with John's 50 rupee note without it making any difference to his existing cash balance. However, Nick's limited edition Beatles trading card is an apt example of something non-fungible. Each card has unique individual properties which makes it a collectible. Usually, no two such cards have the same value. And even if they are identical in appearance, factors like physical state of the card, the year of production, and the wear and tear of it can create differences in the value of these cards. Another more accurate example of a non-fungible item is a painting or a piece of digital art. Since these are created as a single original copy, only one of its kind exists in the world, making it very non-fungible in nature. Now that we're clear on the concept of fungibility, let's see what are the most prominent features of a non-fungible token. Number 1. They are unique. Each NFT is foremostly unique and the properties that make it so are stored in the token's metadata. Metadata is essentially additional data about a piece of data. Second, they are provably scarce. NFTs are provably scarce in the sense that there's only a limited number of a particular NFT existing, which can be as less as 1. The number of a particular NFT can be verified on the blockchain, which is what makes it provable. Number 3. They are indivisible. Unlike cryptocurrencies, NFTs cannot be divided into smaller denominations. So it is virtually impossible to buy or sell a fraction of an NFT. Besides these, like any standard token, NFT represents ownership of an asset, is fraud-proof and easily transferable. NFTs can be constructed under any blockchain that supports the formation and functioning of smart contracts. But there are a few specific NFT standards on Ethereum that have been used a lot by the developers, namely ERC 721 and ERC 1155. To understand the significance of these standards, let's first understand what ERC20 is. ERC20 is a popular standard on Ethereum which is predominantly used to create tokens such as USDT, DAI, LAN, Wi-Fi, or UNI. This standard facilitates the construction of fungible tokens. This means that all the tokens that we just mentioned are completely identical to another unit of its kind and can be easily exchanged for one another. The value of the token at a given time will remain the same. Just like ERC20 is a standard to construct fungible tokens, ERC 721 is a popular standard for constructing non-fungible tokens. ERC 721 facilitates the development of contracts that can be used to create distinct tokens with contrasting properties. CryptoKitties are a good example of this. CryptoKitties is a game in which you can collect and breed virtual kitties. Created by Engine, a project working towards blockchain-based gaming, ERC 1155 on the other hand is more advanced in its programming as it is a standard that facilitates the creation of both fungible and non-fungible tokens. Many games like Star Wars, The Old Republic and League of Legends allows the players to hold both fungible items like gold, arrow and bullets and non-fungible tokens like swords and shields. Another impressive example of such games is Decentraland. Considered a metaverse in itself, Decentraland is a game wherein players can buy chunks of virtual land which can be resold later or even be used as advertising space within Decentraland. Marketplaces for digital art such as Wearable, SuperRare and OpenSea also use this technology. Even domain names can make for NFTs. For example, Ethereum naming services with .eth extension and unstoppable domains with .crypto extensions. NFTs can get sold for a surprisingly high cost. Dragon, a CryptoKitty, was sold for a record breaking 600 Ether, which was worth around $170,000 at the time of the sale. Talking about the use of NFTs in the vast world of DeFi, it is safe to say that NFTs can bring about some groundbreaking changes in the existing infrastructure of decentralized finance. NFTs being used as collateral for loans is probably the most interesting idea of all. In simple words, this means that if you own an NFT representing a piece of art, a collectible, or even a piece of virtual real estate, you can borrow money by using this NFT as collateral. Sounds simple, right? But the problem arises in measuring the standard price for such NFTs. This problem does not exist in the case of, say, a normal Bitcoin as collateral, because in those cases it's very easy to gather the integrating prices of such collaterals through various liquid sources like centralized and decentralized exchanges. But in the case of NFTs, the markets for these tokens are usually illiquid, which makes the price discovery process quite difficult. To understand this problem better, let's take a practical example. Imagine that Nick buys a CryptoKitty for 20 Ether. Now, Nick uses this CryptoKitty as collateral against a loan for 3500 DAI, assuming that 20 Ether is equal to $7,000, and this NFT has 50% loan to value. Now, post this, if there are no buyers for this particular CryptoKitty in the market, it means that this NFT has an illiquid or non existent market. We still know that it is worth the same amount it was bought for, but it's also important to note that the value of NFTs can change quite radically. In an attempt to solve this problem, some organizations like NFTFi use a slightly different model for issuing NFT collateralized loans. Herein, borrowers can offer NFTs as collateral and lenders can choose which NFTs they are willing to accept before granting a loan. The NFT that is used as collateral is kept in an escrow contract, and if the borrower defaults on their loan by not repaying the borrowed amount plus interest on time, the NFT is transferred to the lender. But collaterals are not the only thing NFT can be used for. Investors can also use NFTs for more complex financial products such as bonds, options, and even insurance. Yinsure is a good example of NFTs in insurance space. How this works is that each insurance contract is represented by an NFT, which can also be traded in the secondary market just like variable. With the growth rate of a whopping 328% in just the first half of 2021, NFTs are quickly becoming the new bigwig in the cryptoverse. From virtual kittens to solving complex financial problems, it's needless to say that the potential of NFTs is massive.